I got a comment about 2 weeks ago on my Substack that I haven't been able to stop thinking about because it really resonated with me. This woman wrote to me and she said she's a mother and a wife. She's in her mid 40s and she's been pregnant and breastfed and she suffers from sleep deprivation. And I think the eldest child is in 18 years old or 19 years old. And she's homeschooled her children and she's tried to be everything to everyone for the longest time. And she said something that stopped me cold. She said that she can feel that her time has come and she can feel this in her bones, and that, there's this disparity between what her soul desires and how to actually live the life that her soul feels is the time, right? Like now's the time to live her soul's desires. And there's this gap, right? Or this disparity. And you may have felt the exact thing. You may be feeling the exact thing, this readiness in your body that your actual life hasn't actually caught up with yet. This video is for you then. So there are two kinds of time. The ancient Greeks had two separate words for time because they understood something that we've mostly forgotten, which is that time does not move, well, all time does not move the same way. First, there is chronos. This is where we get chronological time. It's clock time, calendar time, the 10:30 a.m. meeting, the mortgage due on the first of the month, the school pickup at 3. Kronos is the time that is measurable, and it's the time that everyone is on together. It's collective, and it does not care how ready you are, it just keeps moving. The second is Kairos. Kairos means something closer to the right time, the appointed moment, the ripe moment. And it's not measured in minutes. It's the moment a seed decides to break open, the moment a truth you've circled for years suddenly lands. So you will know how this feels because it's something that is revealed that hasn't been scheduled or forced. It arrives when it arrives. So I think the most important thing here is to understand that Kronos is related to the time of the ego, and Kairos is the time of the soul. Your ego lives by the calendar. It wants the promotion by, say, the age of 35, the marriage by the age of 35 too, the healing wrapped up on a tidy schedule. So, if we've had surgery, we want it to be healed by a certain time and date. Your soul, though, doesn't consult a calendar at all. It ripens when it ripens. And when those two clocks, the Kronos and the Kairos, fall out of sync, when your soul says now and your life says, well, not yet, that gap it's not a malfunction. This tension definitely takes form, takes shape in your 40s and your 50s. And of course, you can see it astrologically. It's there, it's charted, it's visible on your chart. But anyway, in your 40s and your 50s, this is when this tension between Kronos and Kairos time is most apparent. And the Jungian analyst James Hollis wrote the book on it quite literally. And this book, which I highly recommend, is called The Middle Passage. Now, Hollis's argument is this: the first half of adult life is run almost entirely by your ego. You build your career, your family, an identity that is driven by what your parents modeled, by what your culture rewarded, and what you thought you were supposed to want. He calls this a provisional adulthood. Love that. And it's, the most apt description of it because it's real. It's not a fake thing. It's real, and it's built but it's built on someone else's blueprint. So this provisional adulthood that you've embraced. Then what happens around midlife is that the structure starts to crack, right? And it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because something is finally ready to be revealed, released, and finally ready to go in the right direction. Your soul, which has been quietly waiting its turn for 30, 40 years, starts asking for a vote. Now, Hollis calls this the shift from the ego's agenda to the soul's agenda. And it is very often disorienting because the outer life you built doesn't dissolve just because your insides changed. Your insides are not the same. So if you are in your 40s or 50s, feeling a hunger that you can't quite name or a sense that it's my time, while your circumstances haven't budged an inch, while it looks like on the outside that things are still the same, it's not because you're behind, it's not because you're somehow failing. It's because you are on schedule, you are on Kairos time, but not on Kronos' schedule, right? So the angular houses, your first, fourth, seventh, and 10th houses, first, fourth, seventh, 10th, are Kronos houses. These are the visible, timed parts of your life, your career, your public standing, so that's the 10th house, your marriage and your partnerships, which is your 7th house, your home and your family structure, which is your 4th house, and then your identity, which is your 1st house. These houses answer to the outside world's clock. They're where you are going to get measured, where you're going to run on a schedule, and where you're going to be evaluated. Now, the 12th house is the Kairos house. It's hidden, it's undefended, it's where things incubate out of sight with no timeline anyone can audit. If you have significant planets in the 12th house, pay attention because there is a very real chance that your soul is already miles down a road that hasn't become visible in the outer life yet. And again, this is not a delay. It's Kairos doing what Kairos does, soul time doing what soul time does. There's also a planetary layer to this, of course, and I'm going to mention Saturn. So Saturn is the great Kronos taskmaster, right? Kronos. So clock time. He wants structure. He wants limitation. He demands it, actually. But is also the planet that says, no, not yet, because you haven't earned it yet. Whereas Jupiter and Neptune are the Kairos planets, soul time planets. Jupiter is about expansion and Neptune is about dissolution. And they arrive literally by grace, not by merit alone. Right? Here's what I want to leave you with, because I think it changes everything about how you hold this gap in your life when you are feeling like you are ready, but your outer life is not reflecting that readiness. I want you to know that you are not behind. You are never behind. You are on time, just not on Kronos's clock, but on Kairos's time. And if you want proof of that, I want you to look at your birth chart, because here's what a transit actually is. A transit touches a part of your birth chart, a part of your personality and your character that has remained quiet, possibly unchanged, and possibly unconscious. And when it does that, when it touches a particular house, it brings in a new consciousness to it. You awaken, in a way, to different parts of yourself with every transit. So a transit is an activation. It reaches into a part of your personality that has been waiting for you to wake up to that part. Okay. So instead of asking, why isn't my life matching my soul readiness yet? Ask this instead. Where in my chart is Kairos already active, even if no one else can see it, even if I can't see it? Look at your 12th house. Look at what Neptune and Jupiter are touching right now. Look at where your soul may already be miles ahead of where your life looks like it is. And that activation, that change happening in your consciousness is the realest thing, real, very real thing about you right now, even if it hasn't become visible yet. I'd love to know in the comments, where do you feel your own soul time and lifetime are pulling apart? This is one of those topics I think almost everyone in this community has lived, and I would love to hear more about this. Okay, I will see you in the next video.